many people think today about working remotely? This question became extremely relevant after spreading of COVID-19 from the beginning of 2020, and it was always important for the new generations as Y and Z that do not like to be dependent on the strict working hours or to work in the same office space. They like to move around, they like to travel and work simultaneously. Actually, according to statistics, almost 62% of employees says that they could work remotely. How to manage people that work remotely becomes a highly desired skill for current leaders. Hi, my name is Elena, and in this video I'd like to share with you 5 tips that will help you as a leader to work with your team remotely. Since office activity migrated to our homes and the way we collaborate and lead works slightly different, it's so easy, for example, to say hello to a colleague in the office, and it requires such a different approach in a remote environment. So let me present to you how you can still lead efficiently in a remote environment. First of all, it's important to ensure clarity about communication, which channels will be used for what and with which frequency. For instance, if you want to ensure that all employees are on track and healthy, make a short daily call to boost some positive start of the day and check what is their overall presence as well. So if you, for example, want to make sure that employees have some fun as well, agree on some chat tools where you have some specific channels like Microsoft Teams, Microsoft Staff Hub or Flock. Any of those can work, and share some funny, interesting things only on a specific channel. For better collaboration, you can also coordinate with all team members what will be the most expected time for all of you to answer emails. So for example, in this case, you will not need to check every 5 minutes your email inbox. It's also important to set up clearly the meaning of each channel, how it will be used in communication. And this will provide a clear structure and set up correctly the expectations that, for example, the emails can be answered in 24 hours. But if somebody is expecting the answer to come earlier, then use your phone or SMS. Besides clear communication, it's important also to have tools that help you to work all together on different aspects. And surprisingly, sometimes the management of remote team can be more efficient than even in-office team. Few aspects that is important to manage together is, for example, documentation. So sharing solutions like Google Drive, SharePoint, Dropbox or OneDrive can help you to work on the same documents simultaneously. Password managers and VPNs to keep business data safe. Virtual task list and project management platforms such as Trello, Asana, Basecamp or Monday, Azure. There are different platforms to help you to see everybody's progress in one place. A way to integrate all these tasks in one app like Zapier or Integromat tool can help you to also just have it in one place. Another tips that I would like to share with you is also learning together. You can choose a topic and online webinar that all of you can join during the week and discuss about this afterwards in a joint meeting. This will always provide you more topics to have common discussions about, so this will boost actually the communication in the team even if there is a new person and you need to somehow integrate this person in the team. But also there is also an advantage of learning something together, sharpening the knowledge and the skills, and make sure that we are developing and not only executing the things. Make weekly bilateral meetings with your employees and ask them about their weekly workload and work-life balance. They can share their challenges and get some maybe coaching or mentoring from you, so you know that everybody is on track and do not struggle. And the last, and not but not the least, as a remote leading requires more efforts to read emotional manifestations of the team members, you may be interested to train your expression reading. And for that, I would recommend you to do some online training. You can find one on the policman.com or a very brief and easy one on mazuzu.com. There are examples of emotions that briefly are shown to the user, and you can click and test yourself if you can recognize it or not. Emotions are very important to read because people can say that it's all fine and they are on track and everything is under control, but maybe they already struggle with it, being overwhelmed. So you, as a leader, of course, have responsibility about how people feel in your team. So what we have: communication channels and clarity on frequency and usage. We have a few different tools that can help you to work all together on documentation, on different tasks and security. We also discussed with you that it's good to have some learnings together. We discussed also about having bilaterals and coaching and mentoring in continuous your employees, no matter where they are. And of course, the last one was about training yourself to read your employees' emotions, so you can define a signal of worrying much earlier than it becomes actually an issue. I hope this helped you, and please write down in the comment if you would like to hear something more about the tools that I presented today, because we just mentioned them briefly, so maybe you're interested to know more which one is better to use. If you're interested, leave the comment and I will prepare another video. Thank you very much for watching it. Please subscribe and share with your friends whom it can be useful. Bye.